home, we really didn't do much research. We talked to friends, family, looked on the internet a bit, read a couple of books, but we didn't really do in-depth research. We were coming in pretty blind.
At the start, we didn't really know what we were getting into that much, so we needed someone to guide us and help us through the process.
The process of purchasing my home was very different than what I expected. There was a lot of work at the Realtor's office, a lot of work at the lawyer's office.
Get advice from as many people as you can, family, friends, that kind of set out a list of things that you're hoping for and things that you need.
The process that we went through, it all started with some research that I did beforehand, what sort of home I wanted to get, the amenities that I wanted, the neighborhood, financing. I did a lot of the work on the financing on my own.
Nervousness was something that just plagued us for a long time. We had saved for a long time to get a down payment for our house, and we never knew when the right time was to jump in. Do you wait? Do you save more? Do you jump in now? Is everything going to crash on you? Is it all going to grow and everything's going to be a perfect investment? Should you keep on wasting your money in the rental market, or should you invest into something bigger?
I was definitely nervous about buying my first home. It's a large purchase and a large investment for my future.
But we just decided to jump, and I'm so glad we did. The initial nervousness totally wore off as soon as we found the house and had the right advice to get in.
The negotiation process was a little new to me. I've done that sort of thing with used cars and computers, that sort of thing, but for a large purchase like this, it was a lot different. There was more back and forth.
The house buying process and the things that go into that, with setting up mortgages, making an offer, and the negotiation process that were completely foreign and new to us, that was helpful to have Barry for sure, because
Yeah, that's what we learned. But if you haven't done it before, you
don't know.
you need a realtor.
Yeah.
You do, unless you've been very, very experienced in it in the past or are a realtor. You need a realtor.
One of the biggest things we learned was to not necessarily judge a book by its cover. A lot of the time you look at the MLS listing and it looks like it's going to be fantastic, and you walk in and it's disappointing, or the other way around. You look at it on the MLS sheet and it looks like, well, we might as well look at it for something, and then it turns out to be an actual contender.
I thought that every home we looked at would be a contender, and that we would just be deciding between all these wonderful, great homes. And the truth was that when you walked into some of them, you thought it was going to be fantastic, and it wasn't. And others you thought would be perfect, and they weren't. And so there was a lot of ups and downs that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the disappointment.
If I were to give some advice to another first-time home buyer, I would definitely get them to do a lot of the work ahead of time. I spent some time at the banks getting them to offer me mortgage rates. I went to all the major banks that I could and actually got them fighting for my business. So eventually I got a great mortgage rate. I'd also offer the advice of do all the research ahead of time. You don't want to see the home that you want to buy slip out of your fingers because you're not ready.
You have to feel like it's home.
Yeah.